Good morning. Oh, I knew we had something going here. No, we don't want that. Good morning. Oh, it's the phone. Last minute plug in here, folks. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 11.05.2025. Current time is 0605. A lot of fives there. Here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside on this Wednesday morning, hump day. We're halfway through the week, working towards the weekend. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X. My mainstay for posting on social media platforms and all others. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see, or else check the show notes on the various things. We do have the morning coffee this morning. Oh my God, that is good. That is so good. But good morning to you all. Oh, that's the way to start. A hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. And good morning, Tony. First in out of the gate here on the YouTube, saying giving us a salute. Salute back to you, sir. And good morning to the missus from Tony. Here we go, Tony. Good morning. And Tina saying good morning. Good morning to you, Tina, our Jersey girl. Of course, Tony's coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia, and Tina's coming in from Central Jersey there. Good morning, Tina, a Jersey girl. And as far as that goes, and Tony's saying good morning to, or Tina's saying good morning to Tony on the Twitch. And, and Tony's roaming around. He's over on the Twitch saying good morning to Tina as far as that goes. So that tells me that he was over on the Facebook with the little. Yep, then we got the audio there. So let me turn off the closed caption. I don't like the closed caption, and we like that, Tony. Thank you very much. And we're on X. We see 3 people on X. Let's check our kick, just for kicks. And we had 3 people on there Monday. We don't have anybody on there yet, but as you can see, we are on 7 channels, a network of 7 channels. We have a network, folks. We do have a network. We don't call ourselves a network, but we do have a network. We have 4 people on Rumble, 1 people on Locals, 4 people on Twitch. Very good, Twitch. Nobody on Facebook. The numbers come up, but we don't have comments from Facebook. The numbers do come up on X Live here, but I don't get comments. I do have the. I do monitor X Live on the. I think you got to subscribe to me. I think that's why I have it set subscribed and to comment as far as that goes. And so we have 7 channels up and running. And thank you, Tony. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Okay. 14. Okay, Tony. Let me put that in. That's important. Let me put that right in my notes so I know I have it. I was updating it yesterday. I do have the updated chart as far as that goes. So let's see. Tony's picks. Tony. I updated the chart last night, so we'll be showing the chart during the win-loss charts today. I got my ass in gear, and let's see. This is week 10. Week 10, folks. Wow. Picks, and let's see what's Tony's picks there. He has Broncos, okay, Colts, Browns, ooh, Jags, Bills, Bucks, ooh, you're going out on that one. Bears, Ravens, Panthers, Cardinals. Yeah, well, they beat you. They beat the Cowboys. They're Lions, Rams, Steelers. Ooh, that's another good one. And Eagles, man, yeah, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Okay, Tony, I got them. Thank you very much for the picks. I got Ted's, I got Tina's. I put mine in. I'll be showing mine. I'll be saying mine during the sports thing and stuff like that. So we do this win-loss here between, I think it's 7 of us as far as that goes. So I do have an updated chart there to to go with that. But I hope everybody had a nice day yesterday. I did. I had a nice relaxing day, just to kick back, not really do much as far as kicking back. Well, the missus did put the kick plate. I guess that thing that goes on the bottom of the kitchen cabinet. That's called the kick plate, I guess. So she put that on yesterday when I went out for a walk yesterday. The reason she's not going, she's got a little bit of a foot issue going on with her a bunion or something like that. That's she thought she might have to have an operation, but now I guess she's seeing a different doctor. That's he says otherwise. So let's try this first and stuff like that. He doesn't like going to the knife right away. So um, so um, um, and she probably would have got the but anyway, she may be getting an operation. She may not. She's getting getting a second opinion just to make sure and stuff like that. And because the other doctor, I guess it's a little more advanced. That it's not. I don't think it's covered by our insurance. The advanced way of doing it. It's sort of like micro micro surgery or something like that. Where this doctor does it the old school way, which is there's no real difference other than the fact it's the update it's supposed to be less intrusive. They still put you under, I guess, but the doctor, I guess, is outside the network or some insurance stuff and stuff like that we've come across before. And but she hasn't been walking with me. But while I was walking, she did that, and I think don't we have one thing left. We got to put the handles on the drawers. I got to be real careful because it's a one shot deal. These are beautiful white coated drawers and doors as far as for the cabinets and stuff. So I got to make sure I got them lined up as close to perfect and stuff like that because I don't want to F it up, I guess, to say it mildly and stuff. So, but let's see what we got there. Okay, those are the comments. Um, but we don't have any, knock on wood, leakage. The missus also, she took a little bit of silicone. The one place we thought we had some leakage. So I think she got all the joints there underneath the drain and stuff like that. So what's that? Yeah, she's so handy. Yeah. She is handy. I tell you, when I was telling you the shim, when we were shimming it up for the leveling, she came up with the idea of taking this old what used to be the old kick plate on the old metal one. It was a 3 by 1 inch long length of wood that's painted white. Okay, it was actually leftover wood from the back room that we had done. Several years, many years back now, several years back, and it's been more than 5 years now or something like that. But anyway, and put that under there, and I call that the mega shim. It just brought that front part up, and it was even across the board level, okay, lengthwise, and then going back, it was just a little bit off, and that just took it right to the thing there, as far as that goes. And let's see, NFL trade yesterday was bananas. Okay, I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't really watch too much of the news yesterday. I did vote. I did vote in my local elections here, and the only thing is that the local elections, it's pretty much the same people because I live in a rural area. But I'm glad I voted because there was a state referendum, as far as they wanted they wanted permission to use some land in the Adirondacks for possible Winter Olympics and stuff like that. I said no. I'm not a fan of the Olympics anymore, folks. I do not care for the Olympics. Okay, they're a big sport. It's not the Olympics that I grew up with. So I said no. So, but yeah, I guess the deadline was yesterday. Okay, I remember. I think Monday. Captain Rehab said something about that, Tony. So what was? I'll have to catch up on that on bananas. I do have the NBA. I have a tab open for the NBA, so we'll be starting to go in the NBA, seeing that the baseball is done as far as that goes. And Tina says, "I was just thinking that," and Mrs. said it. Did you hear that? Your last comment? What? Just as you were saying it, that Tina was thinking it. Oh, that I was handy? Yeah. She liked that, Tina. That was good. I learned from my dad and my mom. It's good. That's good. So I did vote yesterday. I ended up going out for my walk, and the voting is at the local church, right off the golf on the opposite side of the golf course. So when I got over there, I just walked over and I voted, and I ended up seeing a former coworker. I saw him in the barber shop about a month and a half ago. He says, "Where were you at the barber shop?" I said, I go to the barber maybe twice, once every 2 months. He goes every month." And he said, "Oh, okay." So we sat there and chatted, and there was another gentleman there. He was a Lions fan. He had a Lions jacket. He's a diehard Lions fan. And instead of coming back on the golf course, I went down into the center part of the village and walked down there, and then came back, and it was a nice 22-minute walk. And it was windy. I think we got a wind advisory. We'll check that out when we get to the weather here, as far as that goes. And and let's see. Oh, Double J's. Hey, there you go. What you doing? So do you have to show ID? No, you just have to say where you're from, Double J's. You don't have to show ID in New York State. New York State is one of the states. I do believe you should show some form of ID, though. I'm in favor of that. But we don't have it. The people behind, I say thank you. They remember me because I say thank you every time I go in to vote to each and every person. Okay, even there's 3 other tables for 3 other districts within the town here, and I say thank you very much. They know who I am, and no, we don't show ID. I guess some places do. I think the majority of the places they don't, and I do not. I'm in favor of it, but it's for. But the people, you have to sign. You have to. You got to answer the question: where do you live? And then you have to sign. You got to sign for your ballot. So you do have to sign there. And Tony's saying hi to Double J's as far as that goes. And Tina, I'm not going to address that subject because it is what it is. Okay, I'm not making a big deal of it. They're making a big deal of it. I'm not going to make a big deal of it here. So I'm not. It doesn't affect me. That's down there and stuff like that. So let's see. How do you authenticate you sign for it? Your signature, my signature, they have my signature. They look at my signature and they match up signatures, Double J. I have to sign for it and they show my signature. So your signatures have to match up. Okay. So you do sign it, proxy, proxy votes. And no, not in rural United States. That takes place. All that voting, hanky panky, that happens down in the cities, Double J's, because they can get away with it. Okay, there's always a margin of hanky panky, and that's nothing new. So to authenticate your vote, I signed for to get my ballot, and then I sign for it, and then I go over to my table for my district, and I get my ballot and stuff like that. So, and they know who I am. I've lived here for 30 years. I was a trustee of the village for about 4 years when I first moved here. I don't want to be a trustee. It's too many headaches and stuff like that, as far as that goes. And let's see, Double J saying hi to Tony, and Tony saying hi to Double J's back, and we have in the house. Yep. She saw that. She saw that. She said good morning before I even mentioned your name. She knew that you were coming in, Captain Rehab, coming in from Riyadh. Or not? That's Thammer. I'm sorry, Double J's. Double J's is coming in from an undisclosed location. I forgot to mention that, Double J's. Good to have you here. Captain Rehab coming in from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Good to have you here, my friend. And Tina said, Captain Rehab, saying good hi to her Aunt Tina, and Tina saying hi, and Tony, he's saying hi to saying hi to Tony. Let's see. Double J says in India, each person has ID provided by Election Commission. So just to ask, it's always worked like that. We have no problems. It works. It's been like that since I think I think it was before I got out of the no, it was after I got out of the service. Then they started saying you had to sign for it. I think it was about 5 years. And there was a rip war about that. Why do I have to sign? When you go buy a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of whiskey or something like that, you got to show ID. So you can at least sign. I am in favor of that. I don't think it intrudes on anybody, but the freaking wackos out there that they don't want that mechanism and stuff like that. Um, so India, and I think other countries do that too. I think in Italy they do that too. Double J's. I remember being over there in Italy when this is back in the '80s. They were asking for ID in Italy because I talked to the Italian nationals I worked with. So I think most countries outside, overseas from the United States, they do that. And Tina says Captain Rehab. He's not addressing it. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go over to the that's it's minor BS. That's New York City, okay? If you I bet I've lived here long enough. You see that's a difference. I live here in New York State. They're making more of it than it is, okay? Because the guy that won, he's no different than De Blasio, okay? So New York City will survive, folks. Okay, it's not the end of the earth, the end of the world. Okay, as far as that goes. So I'm not going to go into detail, and because they're making. Let's see, they made more. There was a governor election in Virginia, New Jersey, and then they had the mayor. They made so much like it's a referendum on President Trump, which I think is a bunch of crap. That's just my view, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay. I'm moving on because it's not that important. It's just that there's no news out there right now so they got to make some news, folks. Okay. Think about that. They're trying to generate and get the emotions up and stuff like that. I'm not buying it. Okay. So a person gets elected. We'll see what happens. If he doesn't perform and stuff like that to the people, it's not like he's in there for a lifetime thing, okay? Even though they think that. People think that about President Trump, that he's running for a third. He can't run for a third term. Think, people. It's common freaking sense. Common sense. And just leaving it at that. It's there. What's that? There's a just curb false vote that's you're making more out of it than it is double J's and stuff like that. So I'm just we no, not here in the US. You got to remember these. I'm here and I'm speaking for the United States that we may have a little hanky panky, but yeah, it curbs false voting. Yeah, it curbs a lot of things. It makes for a more secure vote and stuff like that. But I guarantee you in India, even with those ID cards, I guarantee you there's some hanky panky going on. Okay, there's always hanky panky. It's been going on for freaking since whenever. Okay, and they try and do it on a small scale, and as far as that goes. Now, do I believe that President Trump lost to Biden? Yeah, because the vote showed that. Now, was there some hanky panky in the votes? I think there was, not to the scale that they thought. Okay, but it probably was just enough to tip the scales. But that's you can't really prove. But there is some hanky panky. There's always hanky panky when involved in that. Okay, there's a lot at stake and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I would say IDs does curb it and stuff. But even that is not a guarantee. Why y'all getting? I'm not started, Tony. I'm just talking about it. Okay, I'm not going to go off the hinge and stuff like that. I'm just saying what I feel. Okay. And I know there's some subjects we disagree with and stuff like that, but I'm standing my ground to where it is what it is. So I'm moving on. Is this that's down in New York City? It doesn't affect us up here in New York State. New York City. When you get on to New York City, New York State is a whole different world, folks. Believe me. People that live down in New York City. I've seen some kids that come up here. They call them the fresh air kids. They come up here. They go like, "Wow, you guys have real trees up here." It's a whole different world. New York State is, New York City, yeah, it's big, but the rest of New York State is even bigger, folks, and greater. Okay, that's why I live here, and New York City, it's okay. It's a typical city. Okay, so but people put too much emphasis on it and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people live in there. I don't know how you live in a city, but I used to go down there visiting my grandparents in Brooklyn, and I was like, I look back on it. I should have enjoyed it when I had a chance to, but I couldn't stand the city when I was a kid. I remember as a kid saying, "What a cesspool! How can you live down here?" I like running around in the hills and stuff like that. As far as go, yeah, there we go, hanky panky, and it happens on both sides, Tony. You know that. So, but I'm not making anything out of it. I know there's going to be some people. Oh, it's a referendum on. It's no referendum worth crap. So those people that are saying that, get over it. Okay, we'll see what happens during the midterms. That's the real test right there. The midterms, which traditionally the party that's in power, they always lose seats. Um, if the other side doesn't get their act together, it may be an opposite. I don't know. You never know. You never know. As far as that goes, and Tina's lots of laughing. Yeah, but I hope you all had a good day yesterday. I had a good day. I wanted to stream gaming and I didn't. I did the Mixcloud broadcast of the Tioga Radio Show, and then I played one game of. It's just I guess in the afternoon I've been taking naps, and I guess the naps are more appealing. It's good to take naps. So I did do an afternoon nap, and but it was a good day. It was a good day yesterday and stuff. I think I'm finally getting recovered from the cabinet DIY project. So, God, that looks good. Looks nice. But I do hope everybody had a good day. But we are at the halfway point here, working towards the weekend. And let's see, currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it's 37 degrees. It's cold this morning, 2 degrees Fahrenheit as far as that goes. And let's see, I got to go there on this. Yeah, that stuff that Tony says you don't want to get me started. I save that for Hello America. So if you want to hear what I have to say about certain things, I will say it on Hello America. Okay, I get very detailed in there, and I present some views from some journalists. Okay, and for the most part, I think it's some good honest talk. It's not babble as far as that goes. I actually read several articles concerning certain issues and stuff like that, and get to the crutch of the problem, as I did this last Hello America, as far as that goes. So I saved that for Hello America now, so that's my sounding board for that. As far as that goes. Let's see. So 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we got cloudy, high around 60 degrees. Wow. Okay. Winds out of the south by southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. But I think we got a weather alert. What's this about? Let me see what this is about, folks. We have a weather alert. High winds. Well, that's for Delaware, New York, and Otsego, New York. Oh, wait a minute. Here it goes. Wind advisory for Bradford, PA, Broome, New York, Shenango, New York, Cortland, New York, Susquehanna, Pennsylvania, Tioga, New York, and Tompkins. West winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. That's not good. With gusts up to 50 miles expected. Ooh, that's not good. Good thing they got those limbs on the side street there. So it's in those counties I just mentioned. One of those is mine, along with Wyoming County. That's down in Pennsylvania. From 4 p.m. this afternoon to 7 a.m., impact gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be, we could have whenever the wind blows, we have possible power outages and may result. Additionally, rain showers along with cold front passing later could produce high winds as well. So that's what we have. That's what we have as far as the weather goes. Let's see. I'll move on this page. So wind gusts 10 to 20 to 30, maybe gust to 50. That's not good. So it was a little breezy yesterday. And hanky panky, let's laugh. And Tony says naps are life. Yes, they are, Tony. I think I'm enjoying them more, so I don't my gaming with Wingnut, we sort of put it on the back burner. He's been busy doing stuff, and I've been communicating with him. But can you put Hello Rumble? Can you put Hello America on Tube again? No, it's strictly Tina. I decided the only reason I had that on YouTube the last week was because I wanted to test YouTube on Rumble Studios, and it came to find out I forgot that Hello America is on Rumble only. Okay, because I don't I don't really want to get too. I don't want to say I'm a political person. I have my views, okay, and I have a core value of views that I'm very strong towards. People will take that as being political, but they're my views, they're my opinions, which I do respect other opinions and views, even though I totally disagree with those individuals. Um, and I've been doing this long enough to know I don't go out and they have their views, their strong views, and I have mine. But it becomes to the point where it's become obvious here recently. You can't bring up those subjects because they defeat. It's not. There's nothing positive comes out about it. You just get into an argument. So I have I want to separate them. That's why I'm on Rumble only. Rumble only. I feel secure and safe. Where on YouTube. Um, uh, I know it's easy access, but I don't really care about your access if you want to watch it. If you want to watch it, go to Rumble. That's how I'm going to. I know it sounds very negative and bad, but that's the way I decide. Certain broadcaster has to decide where they want to put stuff and where they want to put because sometimes it can come back to bite you. Or some people on certain platforms, Twitch and YouTube, can do some you got the trolls and stuff like that, and I don't want to be on too many platforms when I talk about that subject matter because it can be a little sensitive to some people that disagree with my views, which I don't really care if they disagree with it. That's their prerogative, that's their boat. I could give two craps about it if they disagree. I know what I believe in as far as this country. And for me, other than my family, this country comes first over petty politics and stuff. Even though I do lean to one side, okay, I'll admit that. But there are things that I do disagree with people in both sides and stuff like that. I look at a common sense view. Now, I was not like this, and I said this before. 20 years before I got married, if you would have seen me, none of you people probably would have talked to me when I was younger. Oh, I was harsh. I was harsh. Well, none of you people would want to talk with me because I wouldn't want to talk with you at all anyway. so so I've gotten a lot older. I'm older and wiser. And which I wish some other people would do so too, to see clearly. Have an opinion, but don't bring hate into the opinion, which I do see a lot and stuff like that. So I hope that answers your question. I want it. I decided to put it on Rumble only because Rumble is a good platform for that, as far as that goes. Let's face it, YouTube and people put the political shit over there on YouTube and Twitch and X Live, and the people aren't there to watch. Rumble is a place where you can put both views and stuff. And Rumble is great in the sense that it's one place. I don't only have to worry about one place. And if you want to comment, you got to subscribe to me. Now the thing is, you get too nasty and stuff. You get the boot and stuff like that. That's the control as far as that goes. So if you want to hear that, go to Rumble, Fireman Rich Broadcast. And as far as that goes, now I do talk a little bit here on on these other platforms when we're in this setting and stuff like that. I call it getting on my soapbox. I will, as far as that goes. I'm not scared of it. Just I think out of respect on Rumble because I do listen to a lot of other podcasts. You'd be surprised what I listen to, just to get that even. It I could tell you the one thing when I on the TV here I'll watch MSNBC. I could tolerate maybe an hour's worth of it a week just to see on if something's coming up to see um, and everybody has that opinion or that view. They can watch what they want to watch and gather information and stuff like that. As far as I'm a strong advocate. If you want to get an opinion and stuff, don't stick to one. Look at several, even the bad ones. Now, the one I can honestly say, the one newspaper I will not. No, I won't get. I won't go there. I won't tell you what I listen to and what I watch. But I try and get a broad basis and stuff like that, and try to understand the other side. But sometimes it's very hard because they're set in their ways. I think I'm set in my ways to a certain point, but it's all based off of what's good for this country, this United States of America. Okay. This country comes first to me. I could care less about anything outside the United States for the most part. I don't mean that harshly, but if it comes down to I serve this country, and that's where my heart lies, folks. Because this country, as much as we have problems, there's countries that have worse problems. Okay. That's why everybody wants to come here. Okay. That's how great this country is. And I can say that with pride. Okay. We do have issues and problems and stuff like that. But it's for me, it's country first as far as that goes. Okay. Um, okay. I'm having trouble getting back on Rumble. I have my daughter do just download the app. That's all you have to do, Tina. It's not that simple. It's not that hard. It's just, you unload, if the app is not working, go to delete the app and reinstall it and then sign in. That's all it is. There's nothing complicated that. It's just, unless it's something wrong with your phone or if it's an older phone or sometimes older phones, if you haven't, I think you have an updated phone as far as that goes. So it's just finding it, you know, or else, I might, all you have to do is when I go to Hello America, it's not, you follow me on X, the link is right there. Just hit the link and it pops up. Okay. If you have the app, I don't think you even have to have the app because it goes to a browser on the phone. Okay. So I'm not sure what the issue there is as far as that goes, but anyway, enough of that. The weather, sun will be rising this morning at 6:44, which is in about 7 minutes. It's currently 6:37 right now, and the sun will be setting at a very quick sunset there at 4:56 p.m. later today. Our world times and temperatures as I speak. Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:37 a.m. 75 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies, little clearing, passing clouds. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:37 a.m. Clear skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, we have um, cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the concrete jungle, as I call it, and that's exactly what it is. It's a concrete jungle. Other than if you're in Central Park, okay, Central Park's a beautiful park. Van Cortlandt Park is nice too. That's not as big as Central Park, but down there in New York City, 6:38 a.m. It's 6:38 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. It is sunny with some passing clouds, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And Tina is letting us know down there in Central Jersey, 67 degrees for the high today, 43 for the low. What's that? Yeah, let's move to Jersey. What's our high? Our high is going to be 60 today, but we got wind, so that means it's going to be down in the 50s. Down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, Tony did give me his weather here. Let's get to that from the Rumble side. Currently, it's 43 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. 76 degrees Fahrenheit for the high, 42 degrees Fahrenheit for the low. Mostly clear down there. Sounds like you had a great day going there, Tony. And let's see. Oh, Big Juice. Hey, Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye site. Steve, oh, your mom's third hip replacement? How many years since her first one? Yeah, wish her luck. A third one. What's going on there? A third one. Holy crap. Yeah, wish her the best. Tell her that, just we're thinking about her and stuff like that. How old's your mom? We'll go across the pond here after we get done talking with Big Juice. Big Juice is here from he's right outside well, what is that? I think Canton, Ohio. He's right near Canton, Ohio. That's where the Football Hall of Fame is. He says it's right down the road. So let's see. I have it. Okay, over 55. Lots of laughs. Okay, she's 67. She's my age. When did she? How many years ago did she have her first hip replacement? They're supposed to last a while, dude. She's sick. She's my age. I got to knock on wood on that. My hips is much. I was worried about my knees because I did a lot of running back in my younger day. That a lot of pounding. And Tina's saying good morning to Steve and best to your mom also from the chat. When did she get her first hip replacement? What year? I'm curious. Because my good friend Wingnut, he's supposed to have a hip replacement. He was telling me some things. They can only last 15 years. So if she's had 3 hip replacements in less than 20 years, then there's something's going on there. There's some hanky panky going on in the hospital. There's that hanky panky again. All right, Steve. We wish her the best. We're going to continue across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK, where it's 11:41 a.m. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, it's mangia lunchtime in Milan, Italy, and currently at 12:41 p.m. Sunny and clear, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And we have double J's here. So over there in the country of India, in New Delhi, at 5:12 p.m., cloudy skies with a little clearing in New Delhi, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And down to the southwest of New Delhi on the coast, Mumbai at 5:12 p.m., 82 degrees Fahrenheit, the same. A little sun and some clouds there in Mumbai. And over in Kuala Lumpur at 7:42 p.m. in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to be exact. Clear skies, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan at 8:42 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies in Tokyo, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent of Australia, great country of Australia, great friends and allies, I do like to say Australia is. And we do appreciate in Australia. In Melbourne at 10:42 p.m. in their evening, clear skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the east of Melbourne on the coast there, Sydney, Australia at 10:43 p.m. in their evening, clear skies also, 64 degrees Fahrenheit there, 57 and it's in Melbourne and 60. I forgot to start that, so we're going to have to do that later. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's a temperature dip. 57 in Melbourne, but 64 in Sydney. So, and they're going into their springtime. So those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And let's see, we do have a national day today, National Stress Awareness Day. I tried to be as less stressed about my hair here. There it is. No. National Stress Awareness Day. Yeah, we have to be. If you got some stress, take a breath, take a step back, as far as that goes. Oh, okay. We got a long dissertation here. Big Juice. Well, she first broke her hip around 2012, I believe, but she worked in a nursing home pretty much forever. So a lot of walking messed up her rotor cuff and hip. So about 4 or 5. Man, there's something going on there. That I thought you're not supposed to have that many hip. Number 3 now. She's retired, so they should be the last one. Oh, okay. She was still doing a lot of walking after she had the okay, yeah, you got once you have that hip replacement, you can't, yeah, this. Okay, I got you. I got you. Wow. That's still too many. Wow, that's too many operations. That would drive me. I mean, just I've only had one operation in my lifetime, and that's knock on wood, and that was more than 15 years ago to take care of my contained cancer in my prostate. And I don't really. They're necessary to keep our health, I guess. I want to stay here a long time, so. But three hip replacements, and what is it? That's from 2012, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's like 13 years. That's wow. Yeah, and Tina says, "Yes, Steve, that's a rough job on the body." Yeah, yeah. If you beat up your body, I guess, yeah, that's especially if, after that first. If she had the first one, and you got to still do the same work, then I could. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But man, I wish her the best. As far as that's, I mean, just thinking about that makes me go, ouch. Let's see. Oh yeah, nursing homes aren't nice job. Yeah, I'm gathering that. Yeah. My hat's off to the people that do work in those work environments and stuff like that. It's a challenge and stuff because they are helping people. Even some of those retirees don't want to help. I know their families thank it. So National Stress Awareness. Hopefully she's not. Tell her to. We wish her well, and I'm sure you'll give us a follow up here. We got natural National Love Your Red Hair Day. No, the red hair, folks. Give me a break. No, I like this one. This is a true national day here. This one, and this is the one we're going to go with. It's National Donut Day. Who doesn't like a good donut? Hashtag National Donut Day, also known as National Donut Day. Let's see, National Donut Day, also known as National Donut Day on November 5th, is one of two observed by donut lovers across the nation. The first Friday in June is the other donut day. Um, the other donut, the other day donuts steal the bakery case spotlight, ready to tease their way into a white box to go home. History disputes the origins of the donut. One theory suggests that Dutch settlers brought donuts to the North America, and I think I'm agreement on the Dutch theory. Much like they brought other traditional American desserts, they received credit for such desserts as apple pie. Apple pie is American as apple pie. I like that. Cream pie and cobbler. Um, so today is. Um, Let's see. Big Juice says, "Thank you. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's a very strong woman. Hip hip replacement, so like a walk in the park for all the stuff she's been through." And they're like, "Yeah, that's a sign of a strong woman." So tell her we thinking about her as far as that goes. And oh yes, donuts. Yes, Tina. Yes. Um, Hail the donut. Tina says, "Yeah." Hey, Liberty. Hey, how you doing? Good morning to you. Good morning from Liberty. And love the flags there, Liberty. Thank you for being here. Coming in from the Buffalo, Niagara area. Great to have you here, and as well. And is it windy up there? We got wind advisories down here in the southern tier, so I imagine it's wind. It's windy up there, coming off the lake as far as up your way. And glad to have you here again. I love the flags. I salute the flag. Um, but donut shapes are as varied as their history. Was the original donut round? If so, American Hans Gregory laid claim to the inventing the ring-shaped donut in 1847 while working on board a lime trade ship. Only 16 at the time, Gregory claimed he punched a hole in the center of the dough and with the shape of a tin pepper box. Later, he taught the technique to his mother. So, the son teaching a mother how how to how to bake. And let's see. Liberty says not today about the wind. The last couple of days though. Okay, so yeah, we've been having that down here too. So and let's see. We don't have to rake the neighbors. Oh, we didn't have to rake. My neighbors did though. Yeah, I wait until the wind's all done because most of the leaves over here on the side lot they blow over across the street, so I don't have to. So, what you doing, Jackie? You gonna come up here? Come on, here you go. Oh, sun's out and it's cloudy out. We got cloudy overcast, and we got leaves. So we got some leaves out there. A few leaves. There's Jackie. He's gonna looking out the window there. So today is hashtag National Donut Day. So go get a box of donuts and enjoy. That's good. That's good. Um, let's see. They're calling for snow this Sunday. Yeah, I heard that through Monday. I heard Monday. The conditions might be right for snow there, Steve. Yeah. So don't be surprised to see it. Yeah, I saw an article last night before I went to bed um, on the ground. Monday, they're talking Monday here. So I got to look at that. Let me see something here for the 10-day. Let me see what they say on the 10-day for the forecast. Because currently, let's see what the local weather is right now. Right now, there we go. We just got cloudy overcast, as you can see. Am I seeing? Let's see for Monday. I know the weather guys have talked about it. I saw it on Twitter. Our local weather guy from Fox 40. But from what I'm looking at on my underground weather, Monday 35, 20, 26 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what they're talking. Light rain. We're supposed to get some rain showers Sunday, but it's going to be 49 degrees. And Sunday it's dipping down to 30, going into Monday morning 26. So yeah, that's a possibility. But I don't see any snowflakes. It's just because of the temperature and the moisture that's in the air for that particular day. So there we have it. And there, let's see. Yesterday we did have the Tioga Radio Show over on Mixcloud. Some great tunes, folks. Some great tunes. And I got a new picture of myself on there. It says instead of Tioga Radio Show over my head, I got it down below. The old one, I'm wearing a hoodie, my original hoodie. I don't have that anymore. This is I think this is my fourth one. But we our track list for yesterday's and you can go to mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts as far as that goes. And we play let's see. Didn't you get hip? No. The only surgery I had, Steve, is I had my prostate taken out 15 years. I've been cancer free for over 10 years now, 10 to 15 years. I went and cancer surgery. I had my prostate taken out because the cancer was contained, so they had to take the prostate out and stuff. Okay, you remember? Okay, yeah, that's the only. I've been very, knock on wood, I did a lot of running. I thought I might have to have knee surgery. Now, when I was in the Air Force, I thought about, and I've told this story before, I thought about, and I almost cross-trained out of the fire department. I was going to cross-train into something called pararescue. Pararescue is they're part of Air Force Special Forces, where you would jump out of a helicopter to go rescue a downed pilot. Okay, so you're jumping out and you're on those ropes. I actually knew someone that used to fly helicopters that carried the PJs back in the day, the Jolly Green Giants, and then they went to the Sikorsky H-60s, MH-60s, and his call sign was Kilroy, and so Kilroy told me that. And he flies helicopters. He's actually down near Tony's way. He's flying helicopters with his son, and I think he might be there at Robins Air Force Base. He's a civilian contractor, but he's a retired. He used to fly. Marine One for President. I think it was President Bush and then President Clinton. And but I knew him very well, and we talked a lot. And he said, "Rich," I told him, I when I told him my story, I was going to become a PJ, pararescue. That's what they used to call the pararescues, PJs. And he says, "It's a good thing you didn't, because all the guys that the PJs were enlisted, and it's like a year and a half tech school that you go from various bases, because you have to learn. They train you up to be a pararescue or a paramedic, and but you're also doing combat training, okay?" Because that was their main purpose, was to rescue down pilots behind enemy lines, and they do other things. When peacetime, they're out there rescuing people off of mountains and stuff like that on the helicopters. So, but he told me, he says, a good thing you didn't, because all the PJs that he flew, and he's still contact with them, because there's a big bond, there's a good a very powerful bond. And he said, the guys I know, they all had their knees chained. I said, they're on the rope and they jumped down out of the helicopter. He said, no, jumping out and you sliding down on that rope. You see the Army commercials that doing that. He says, that's almost as bad as jumping out of an airplane coming down in a parachute, because you have that big pack on your back. You're carrying more stuff, and that just hit, that constant hit that you're doing over the years, it just knocks the crap out of it. So he said, it's a good thing you stayed as a firefighter, because I almost I had paperwork, I had my flight physical and all that. There was just a question of my eyes, and if I would have challenged that, I probably would have gone into the tech school, as far as that goes. And let's see, Thamer. Good morning, Thamer, coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good to haven't seen you in a while, along with Double J's. Glad to see you here. And he's saying good morning to all. And Big Jew says, well, being a firefighter for a long time, that's got to wear on your body a little bit, a little bit. But I stayed physically fit. Okay, there wasn't let's just say I did a lot of running. That was more pounding on my knees and my hips, I guess, than being a firefighter. Being a firefighter, just that when you're on the fire ground, you can get. And I had been in a couple precarious situations. I didn't think about it then, but it was after the fact. In the post, when we're back at the station, we're all looking at each other like, wow, some of us could have got freaking banged up pretty bad, if not killed. So you don't realize that when you're in the thick of the thing and stuff like that. Tina saying hi to Thamer. So on the Tioga radio show yesterday, we played the Rolling Stones' "Start Me Up," good tune. Cheap Trick with Dream Police. Electric Light Orchestra, the Diary of Horace Wimp, that's a good song. Kingdom Come with "Do You Like It?" That's a good song. Three Dog Night. I saw Three Dog Night. That was my first concert I ever saw, was Three Dog Night. I was down there at Great Adventures, down in New Jersey, Tina, down in northern New Jersey, Great Adventures. And let's see, Thamer said, we had firefighters world champions last week. Oh, okay, they got that, the things there and stuff. And Thamer saying hi to Tina on the Twitch. And let's see, but Three Dog Night, that was my first concert I saw. They were good. Led Zeppelin, we played the Rover. That's a long. Robert Plant, 29 Palms, and that's a love song. I always thought it was about the Marines being out there. They have an operation called 29 Palms that they do some training. My kid brother was out there several times. And I think that's where he learned. He was out there, and then he ended up his last portion of his enlistment. He was a Marine sniper. We didn't know that until after he passed away. He never told us that. Where he was over in Africa for a little bit of a stint there before he got out. Never knew that. It was his very good friend that he was in the Marine Corps. He confirmed that, because when my kid brother passed away, my older brother was taking care of his house and effects, and he came across this dusty old diary with some maps and some other things, and he said, "What is this?" It's just like there's a little log book and stuff. I said, "Go ahead and ask Sean." That was his friend. They went to grade school. They went to school together, high school and all that. And they went into the Marine Corps together, and Willie became the godfather for his daughter. But Sean told my brother, and he was shocked. And when he told me, I was shocked. He says, "Did you know that Willie he was a sniper's last 2 years in the Marine Corps?" I go, "What?" So he was an active. How did Yes, he didn't. He the term active sniper when he was in the Marine Corps. So that just makes you think that he took some shots that that actively took somebody out. My kid brother never told me a word about that. I just thought he was a big, tall, goofy dude like me carrying the big, heavy machine gun and stuff. It's like, and from what Sean said, he was a pretty good one too. So, God bless you, Willie. It's one thing. He probably said, I just was, yeah, that was no big deal. Yeah, okay, really. And from what I've been told, you just don't volunteer to be a sniper. You're picked, or you're asked to be one, as far as that goes. So let's see. Rich got on stage. He was all liquored up and stayed. That was his last concert. Oh, when I went. Well, I'll tell you one thing. When we went to see Kansas. Oh, I got a story for you, Steve. Oh my God, Big Juice. I got a story for you. When I saw Kansas, when I was up in Boston, the one guy I worked, there was like four of us. We went to the Kansas concert there in the old Boston Garden. So I wore this coat, this running jacket that was all reeled up in the back. The hoodie, it was reeled up in the back. So we're standing in the line. We got our tickets, and the guy goes, "Hey, Rich, wait a minute." He puts something back in the collar. I go, "What is that?" "Oh, that's just my stash. If they pat us down, I don't want them to catch me." And I said, "What the frick?" And so we're in there, and where we're sitting, everybody was lighting up. I didn't have to. They passed it to me. I said, "No, thanks. I'm inhaling the smoke anyway." So you talk about, I wasn't liquored up, but there was some people smoking the wacky weed there. Um, let's see. Hey, speaking about firefighting, how about the Oh yeah, yeah. I heard about that going to bed last night, and I haven't really seen anything. From the picture I saw, the big fireball, nobody survived that crash. I don't think, unless you heard something in the news. I didn't really read in the article and stuff like that. That's a shame. I'd be interested to see what was going on there. The rest of the tunes that we had for the Tioga Radio Show, just to finish up, we had again Robert Plant, and then we finished up with Steel Panther, "The Burden of Being Wonderful." So that was yesterday on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts, as far as that goes. So we're coming up on an hour. Let's go ahead and do 100 years ago. Let me get that. I've been talking too much, telling war stories here and stuff. Okay, let's see. Where do we have this here? No, I didn't get stoned. No, Steve. Don't. No. I just was in the general area where they're doing that. So it's just like everybody in the people that put the concert, I say, yeah, go ahead. What the hell? They can't just. Let's see. 100 years ago. Let me bring this up here. Okay, I'll check that in a minute here, Tina. We're going to go to 100 years ago. Okay, there's that. And let's see. Let's bring it back to here. I got to shut the banner off. Okay, there's the banner. Go to, it's like a first time I've ever done this and stuff. Let's see. Okay, there it is. 100 years ago, we got the young lady up, and we'll go ahead and listen to this.
Tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. 5 chickens on the loose. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in tonight's installment of 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, a groundbreaking ceremony will take place tomorrow morning for the new Park Avenue Church at the corner of Vestal and Rush Avenue in Binghamton. A total of 134 prisoners were sent to the Broome County Jail during October. Of that total, 85 were for public intoxication. Residents of an apartment house at 22 North Street in Binghamton called police Saturday night after a group of mischievous children threw a dead skunk into the building as a Halloween prank. And finally, a Port Crane man reports that he lost 5 chickens somewhere along the road between Sanitaria Springs and the town of Union. A reward is being offered for their return. And that was the news, November 3rd, 1925.
What's with the thing with chickens being lost? Huh? What's going on with that? Huh? What is going on with that? 100 years ago today. Yeah, Big Juice. We've got 100 years ago. We have chickens lost again. What is going on there? What else do we have? Port Crane man reports he lost 5 chickens. Didn't we have some chickens lost a week or two ago too? It's like, come on. Big Juice says, lots of laughs. Some chickens jump off the trucks and escape the death. Yeah, they escaped the death. And residents of an apartment house, 22 North Street in Binghamton, called police Saturday night after a group of mischievous children threw a dead skunk into the building. Well, it wouldn't be hard to find. You just smell the kids in the area that smells like a skunk. And Tina's laughing. And Tina said, "Oh my God, those children! The children they're getting in trouble." Tina, 134 prisoners were sent to Broome County Jail in the month of October, probably because they were all 85 of them were drunk. There's the drunks for you, Big Juice. So that's what happened. We had the activity there as far as that goes. Oh my God, that is something. That's something. That's always fun. That's always fun as far as that goes. 100 years ago. In other history, we had Susan B. Anthony on this day back in 1872 voted in her hometown of Rochester, New York, in defiance of the law prohibiting women for casting votes. She later refused to pay the $100 fine and continued her fight until 1920. The right for women to vote became the 19th Amendment of the United States Constitution in 1872. So that's when she started, but wasn't until 1920. And it was actually 5 or 6 years after that that's when women were able to sit on a jury. Okay, Tina, see you later. And let's see, 1935, the Parker brothers released the board game on this day, 1935. The board game Monopoly, the property trading game based on states in Atlantic City, New Jersey, that became licensed in more than 103 countries and printed in 37 languages with charity versions that have raised thousands of dollars for nonprofit. And I love Monopoly. I grew up playing Monopoly. We were vicious playing Monopoly. My family, I'm banned from playing Monopoly with the family because I'm a vicious player. I'm a whole different person when I'm playing Monopoly. I love the game. Is fun. I don't get that emotional when I play chess. I'm very vicious playing chess if I don't do any blunders, which I did win in the chess game this past Monday. I lost my queen, but I was able to I continued playing instead of resigning. And my neighbor did a blunder. It was a matter of blunders. If he didn't do that blunder, I probably would have lost the game because he's usually, he just said I had a bishop in hiding there that sniped his queen there. He should have moved to the right one square instead of the left. When he moved to the left, that's when my white knight or my white bishop just went on a diagonal, and I said, "Wow, does he know what he just did?" And that was a changing point of the game right there. When he took my queen, he had the game won. He just had to be caught, but he wasn't. I thought he's very, very cautious. It's a surprise I've done it a number of times where I blundered. I'm looking at this part of the board. And I'm like, I'm going to get that rook and stuff like that. And then I'm forgetting about the troops back here and stuff. But let's see what else in history. 69 years ago today, the Nat King Cole Show debuted on NBC. It was the first variety program ever hosted by an African American. Starting at just 15 minutes, the program was eventually extended to 30 minutes. Unlike today's similar programs, and perhaps unsurprisingly, given Cole's fascinating singing voice, he had a great voice. Oh my God. The program mainly featured musical performance both by Cole and his guests, and both as far as that goes. So, let's see on the AP side, and then we got to take a break. On October 5th, 2011, Steve Jobs, the Apple founder and former chief executive who invented the master marketing ever, sleeker gadgets that transferred everyday technology. Oh, he passed away on this day in California. He was 56, only 56. Get my hair straight. 1947, President Harry S. Truman delivered his first television White House address as he spoke on the world food crisis. They had a food crisis back in 1947, and that's after Dwight D. Eisenhower passed away. And speaking of plane crash, what's this one? Oh, okay. And I think that's about it. All the other stuff is just garbage history and stuff like that. In 2020, President Donald Trump made a dramatic return to the White House after leaving the military hospital where he was being treated for COVID-19 on this day. So and I think President Biden got COVID too after he was elected. So, man, I'm glad we're past that COVID shit. You know, we still have lingering things and stuff like that. And what's going on here? Okay. What the hell's going on there? Let's see. Bring that back up. I think my Wi-Fi was acting up yesterday and stuff. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and take a break, folks. We're at 1 hour and 9 minutes, and I got to refresh my coffee here. We'll come back for the second half, and you guys just hang loose. And let's see. Let me get this up here, make sure I have it, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We are back here on Wednesday morning coffee for 11.05.2025 at Rumble video broadcast. And I had to start up I forgot to put it on the loop there for the break and stuff like that. We got our second cup of coffee here and doing pretty fine here as far as that goes. What's going on here? That stuff. Let me refresh that. Coffee's tasting good. Okay, so let's see. Let's get back here. All right, we got good audio. And let's see. Hey, Deplorable's in the house here. Good morning to you. Good morning, sir. Love the flags. What's that one? Oh, the kitty cat emoji. You missed Jack. Jack made his appearance, and he's what's back here? Oh, there he is. He's over in the hallway there. Hope all's well with you, Deplorable, coming in from Bradford, PA, and I asked Liberty was here. You have any wind out that way? I think Big Juice said it was getting rainy there and stuff like that. Hurry up, Rich. We got loose chickens running around. Yeah. No, that was 100 years ago there, Big Juice. Okay, Steve, good. Hey, Wingnut. Hey, look at this. Wingnut is here. Good morning, my friend. So, and the missus says good morning. And how did the big news go down in the U.S., the big news? What big news you talking about? Oh, the cabinet? The cabinet's good. Good afternoon to you both. Yeah, it's afternoon over there in Scotland. That's where Wingnut is. We haven't played in a while. I'll be on. I've been taking naps here, Steve. Wingnut there, and we're not talking about that. It's no big deal. I'll talk to you about it later. I'm not making a big deal about it. I already went through that bit. We don't want to, it's just, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. It's just another election here in the United States. In the United States, I'm going to say is a little bit different than over there. New York City is very unique, very diverse. I think they make more out of this guy. He doesn't have ultimate power. Okay. He's just another mayor of a major city and stuff like that. And I'm leaving it at that. So, but I can talk to you on the side there, because there's only three. There's three elections. They even tried to make a big deal of the referendum that was out there in California. There's nothing major about this election cycle. I voted yesterday. For me, what was a major thing for this election yesterday? Me voting no to allow the state to give the okay to develop an area of the Adirondacks that's a state park, so they can expand they can expand it to bring the Winter Olympics back here to New York. I'm not in favor of that. I don't want to have the Winter Olympics or Olympics in New York State at all. I'm anti Olympics, folks. I'll just leave it at that. And Big Juice said he voted. Yeah, I voted yesterday too. I vote in every election, as far as that goes. And I may have missed one or two, but the minor ones. Yeah. What's going on in the UK and the United States? Apples and oranges, Steve. I'll just leave it at that. And same, you voted too, Deplorable. Yeah, everybody should vote. Everybody should vote and vote your conscience. And the thing is, when things start getting out of whack, they can be corrected. People get fed up with it, and they'll let's see, and can't complain if you don't vote. That's true, but that's one of your options. If you don't want to, I used to say you're not vote. That's your decision as an individual whether you want to vote or not. I think you should vote, but that's an individual preference. I don't really knock those people, but if they do to complain, I like using that statement, deplorable. It's a good statement. It's like, but vote, and you just leave it at that and stuff, and see what happens. I don't think the sky is not falling because of what happened yesterday, folks. That's all. That's my bottom line. Okay, I'm an optimist, and we'll see what happens. And the Wandering Australian, hey, good morning, coming in from down under. Hey, mate, glad to have you here. We got we got Wingnut in Scotland, and we got the Wandering Australian. And in Australia, we got Thamer over in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we have Double J's at an undisclosed location. We're worldwide here today, folks. Good to have you here. And let's see, hashtag Chuck Norris. Okay, deplorable. Chuck Norris. And Wingnut, I see you have a new trade, Journey and Plumber. On the plumbing project. Yeah, the pictures are up. That was I'm just starting to get recovered from that. We did that this past weekend. But I've been trying to get on Battlefield 6. I'm able to play one game, and then that's it. I'm just not. It's like, I don't know if it's the weather or just being tired out from the DIY project we did. And then there's some other things I'm taking care of here too. So, but we got to get back on the playing there, Field. As far as that goes, I don't know if you've been playing that much, Steve, or Wingnut. And the Wandering Australia says, I hear you. No, it's not mine. That's New York City. I'm in upstate New York, Wandering Australia, and that's down in New York City. That's down there. It doesn't affect me up here. It doesn't affect anybody else across the United States, as far as that goes. They're just making more of it, and it's all the drama that's involved in politics and stuff like that. Oh, your states and regions are. Well, the states, we're the United States of America. The states make up the country, okay? And then each state, we have counties as far as that goes. So it's just a different language. And let's see, I played a few games of RedSec, really hard going. They have a duo, though. You and me can play that. I think we have fun playing that, Steve. It's Wingnut. It's just like it's the same as PUBG Battlegrounds, but I think it's better. I like it. I like instead of the blue zone, I like the flames coming in from the circle. I've been watching a lot of Hollywood Bob and Taco. What's his name? What was his name? Choco Taco. I'm sorry, Choco Taco. There we go. As far as that goes. Let's see. Wandering Australia. Haven't played Battlefield since the first one on PC. Must have been around 2000. Yeah, I'm on it, and Wingnut are on it. Wandering Australian, and we're playing Battlefield 6, and it rocks. It is good. It's worth the $70 to buy the game. I think it's a lot better than COD, Call of Duty. And me and Wingnut, we were playing a lot of PUBG Battlegrounds, which is a good game, but there's a lot of cheats. I think this game is more fun. Yeah, Choco Taco. Exactly. I couldn't think of his name. And Choco Taco, he's a great player. They play some good. I love it when they win. It's almost more exciting than seeing a chicken dinner, to be honest. And Wandering Australia, the soundtracks are so good on Battlefield games. Yes, they are. They are. Battlefield 6, it just rocks. I give it 5+ stars. It's a fun game. But of late here, the last week or so, we tried catching the cat. That doesn't work. We see the cat once a day now. I don't know. There's a difference of routine. So we're still, but the local shelter is, they have a quarantine going on at the local shelter. It's been a week now. I got to give them a call to see when we can, when we catch this cat, when we can take her in, as far as that goes. And Wandering Australian says, I remember Battlefield Vietnam game had a total 60 sound of all the hits of the 60. Was brilliant. Oh, okay. I tried playing the original Battlefield, but my computer was not strong enough back in the day there, Wandering Australian. as far as that goes. And Wingnut says, I'm available when you are. Yeah, I could be available this afternoon if nothing comes up. The missus is a little under the weather and stuff like that, so I want to be available. I may have to go get groceries tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. She's laying down right now. So, no, I don't play on a Windows 98. No. I'm on Windows 11. I'm updated, Big Juice. I'm updated. You couldn't play Battleground 6. Now, Windows 98, I think, no, I think, I used to play, did I play, let's see. No, that's just when I was just starting to play Lord of the Rings Online when I had Windows 98. Wow, that's a long time. I have the disk drives. I think the disk drive I have here is a Windows. I don't know if that's Windows 10. That's a Windows 10. That hard drive. That's a Windows 10 on that hard drive there and stuff like that. And let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to the sports here, Steve or Wingnut. If anybody said Wingnut's first name Steve, I guess it's just like Big Juice. His name is Steve. So I'm not talking to you, Big Juice. I'm talking to Wingnut there. As far as that goes. And the Wandering Australian was chasing the cats around the house. Yeah. And Diablo was the best PC game. Haha. Yeah. I didn't get into Diablo. Deplorable says, I used to play a lot of Americans. I remember American Armies. I forgot about that. 98. The SE. Yes. That was a free gameplay, if I remember right, Deplorable. I think that was a, and let's see, Wandering Australia. He's letting Wingnut say Crystal Palace fan here, mate. Okay. Wandering Australia, Manchester City fan, mate. Wingnut's got me. Wingnut is a Manchester City fan, and I'm a Manchester City fan myself too. So, but yeah, that's right. UCL Manchester City versus BV today. I think that's. Let's get to that. We do have a soccer game. Manchester City plays Dortmund. It'll be 3 p.m. for me, Wingnut, and that's on Paramount. I'll be watching on a Paramount. I watched the game Sunday, the second half. I forgot there was a game on. And so that's in the Premier League. But the game today is for the United European Football Association champion. It's a European Championship League. It's in the Championship League for today, as far as that goes. And let's see. And Wandering Australia said, "Hey, yeah, my best mate is a City fan too. Palace started strong, but we all falling away as usual." Yeah, that's usually the case and stuff like that. And then Wingnut to Wandering Australia. Congratulations, you won a trophy for the first time. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Last year. Yeah. You know, they won. So, and Australian, we got it going back from Scotland to Australia and Australia to Scotland. Wingnut says, thanks, mate. It's good game. There's the Premier League is I have to say they have soccer, what we call soccer, but football over there in Europe here. But the gameplay from my point of view as an American, it's a lot better in the Premier League. Okay. And even Wingnut, when Manchester City isn't playing well, they still play better than the American teams. Okay. I do have to say that. And let's see. And he said, thanks, mate. Okay, we got that one. And Big Juice says, I wish I could say that about the Cleveland Browns, but not in my lifetime. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different story, Big Juice. Yeah, Big Juice is a Cleveland Browns fan. I like the Cleveland Browns. I'm not a fan, but I do like them as a football team. My best friend's father was a diehard Cleveland Brown fan. And Mr. J, he loved the Cleveland Browns. and they were a good team. So on the sports there, yeah, we got a game today, just to go ahead and go over that. But we did have some football starting tomorrow. The Raiders and Broncos play Thursday night. And let's see. Did you see the results of last night games? No, I didn't. What, on the Premier League? I see that Manchester City is still sitting at second. UC, what did you see? Oh, United City. What did United City do? Oh, Liverpool. Did they move up? Let's see. UC is they're eighth. So what did they do? What they played? What am I looking at? I'm not following. UCL. Oh, championship. Okay, I'm looking in the Premier League. Let me go back there. Let me check that out. Hang on for a minute. Let's see. Premier Champions League. Let's see. Champions. I'm not seeing any score. What the scores are? PSG got beat. Oh, they did. Oh, they're sitting third. Who beat them? I'm not finding who the. Let's see. What was the matches last night? Let's see. Oh, let's see. How do we get to the matches? Oh, here. Standings. I don't know. There's so many teams in the Premier. PSG got beat. Okay. But they're still sitting third in the champions. Oh, by Munich. Where's Munich? I'm looking at the let's see. Munich. Where's Munich? What team is Munich? What's their name? Munich is I'm not seeing them win the standings. Unless they got a what's the Munich football team's name? PSV or ULC, UCL. Who would be UCL? Anyway, PSG is still sitting third in the Champions League, where Manchester City is sitting at ninth. But the main thing is Manchester City is sitting number 2 behind Arsenal in the Premier League. So today at 3:00 they play in the Championship League. We'll be watching that on Paramount. We might be able to get a couple games in before that, Steve, or Wingnut. Freaking, I'm a bonehead. Bayonne. Okay. Hang on. Where are they sitting on the? Hang on. Okay, thank you, Wingnut. Oh, they went right to the top. Oh my God. Okay, top. Yeah, they're number 1. 12 points. They're tied with Arsenal. PSG is 9 points behind. Liverpool is sitting at 6. Man City is sitting there. Oh, they got 7 points. So that's like 5 points. They're 5 points back. They were sitting at 9th, but they went. They shot to the top. Wow. Okay, that's a big upset, I guess. So, okay, so that's our soccer and American football. Tomorrow night we have Raiders and Broncos, and we'll go over Friday the regular. But tomorrow night for football, I do have. Where we're sitting. I don't know if you're still there, Captain Rehab. I got the chart updated. Let me bring that up. Yeah, we're at the top. Okay. Let me turn this off. Let me turn off the thing there. The scroll. There we go. There's a scroll. And for the American football, we will go to third if we win tonight. Oh, okay. So we got to win. For the nighttime where you're at, Wingnut, this afternoon for me at 3. Let's see. For American football, let me see if I can bring this up. Hang on for a minute, folks. Okay, we got that there. Let me go here. I got to bring this back up here. The standings for the win-loss. And there was some movement. There was some movement as far as that goes. And let's see. Is that going to come up? Nope, it's not coming up. Hang on for a minute. Let me bring this back up again. Hang on. For the American Football League, after week 9, this is where we stand as far as that goes. Let me bring my camera down because you can see there was no real movement, but this is how we stand for the American football, NFL football win-loss. CBS is still number 1 in first as far as that goes. As you can see, they're 91 wins, and they didn't have that good of a week this past weekend. They went 6 for 8, which was pretty bad. That was their worst outing. Ted Hicks and Captain Rehab, you were 7-7, so you maintained right where you're at, second and third. Brian, he had a very good weekend this past weekend, 10-4, so he did outstanding there. Oh, third, okay. We will go third if we win tonight. Third, sorry, yeah, okay. So Brian, he picked up a few spots. He's 3 behind Captain Rehab, and then behind that, Tony, he had 8-6, which was okay. He's right behind 5 games, but Mike picked up a couple spots. He had 9-5. Michael Bathurst. And Tina jumped out of the last place. She had 7-7, and she's 1 game ahead. And I'm dead last here, folks. I had 6-8. I had the worst week. Oh, other than CBS, I was right matched with CBS. So that's where we stand. We're going into week 10, which starts tomorrow night. Tomorrow night with the what I say, the game tomorrow night will be the Raiders and Broncos, and then my picks. Oh, I got to do my picks here. Hang on for a minute, folks. Let me bring up my picks. Let's see. Do I have them on this format? Let's see. Let me check this real quick. Let's see. I got to adjust this. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this. Okay, my picks this week. Let me bring this up here. For the Raiders Broncos tomorrow night, I picked the Las Vegas Raiders. And going into Sunday, Falcons and Colts, I picked the Indianapolis Colts. That's Sunday. That's a game that's on Sunday morning. It's over there in Berlin. That's the European game that's being played at 9:30 over there. Then starting at 1:00 Sunday, I picked who did I pick? I picked the Jets over the Browns. I'm picking the Panthers over the Saints. I'm picking the Patriots over the Buccaneers. I'm picking the Ravens over the Vikings, the Bills and Dolphins at 1:00. So I won't be playing anything Sunday afternoon because there's a soccer game on earlier that day too for Manchester City. They play. Where the hell are they at again? Yeah, they play. They play Liverpool. That's going to be a big game, Wingnut. Manchester City this upcoming Sunday at 11:30. So I'll be watching that. I'll be actually doing a live stream with Tony, and then I'll have the Manchester City Liverpool game on Sunday, and then I'll be watching the Buffalo Bills play against the Dolphins. That's a good game right there. So let's see. I think we got somebody in here. Who we got? Oh, Tim Fanforty, yo, coming in from Michigan. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? And you're doing well? Okay. Well, I got married on Halloween. You did? Okay. All right. Congratulations. He got married. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. And then Wingnut says, "Big game for yeah. Sunday's a big game. That's a big game, my friend. You've told me enough about Liverpool where that's going to be a really important game right there. That's going to be if they win that, then they can win the league. They have to win that game. That's like the Buffalo Bills this last Sunday. They had to win against Kansas City. That's a Buffalo Bill Kansas City game right there, Wingnut. Let's see. Continuing with my picks. Where did I leave off? Let's see. What happened? Where's my picks? Oh, I got them on this route. And Tim Fan, you're welcome, Tim. I wish you and your new missus there the best. Let's see. I said I picked New England over the Buccaneers. I'm picking the Panthers over the Saints. Jacksonville, I'm picking over the Texans. I'm picking Seattle over the Cardinals. I think Cardinals may win that game, though. I'm picking the Rams over the 49ers. I'm picking Detroit over the Commanders. I'm picking the Chargers over the Steelers, and I'm going go fly, Eagle fly. I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles. So those are my picks for football as far as that goes. And again, you're welcome, Tim. Again, I wish you and your new missus the best. You can officially call her a witch after a few years. Did you hear that? Well, Tim Fan 40 out in Michigan, he got married on Halloween. Wingnut, he says you can officially call her a witch after a few years. She laughed at that. I've been married 39 years. I had to tell her that one, Wingnut. That's fun.
I got that T-shirt that says "Resting Witch Face."
What's her T-shirt say?
Resting Witch.
Oh, that's right. She has a T-shirt that says "Rusting Witch." But all I got to say, and you probably heard this before, Steve, or no, Tim. Happy wife, good life. I think that's how it goes. Or yeah, happy wife, good life. So congratulations. He's laughing at that one. No, that's good. So that's why we haven't seen you in a while. You're busy getting starting a new. I wish you the best, my friend. I wish you the best. Really, I really do. And yeah, chains. Yeah, that's another way of looking at it. I guess I don't. We have chains on. You got chains on you now. Okay. So there's football. We do have some basketball going on. I got to start bringing in the basketball. Starting this past Monday, there's certain teams I do look at. The Celtics, they lost to the Rockets 128 to 101. I do like the Celtics. I'm a Celtic fan. That was Monday. Or no, that was Saturday. What did they do on the weekend? The Nets lost to the 76ers. And did the Knicks play? No. And Monday night, the Knicks beat the Wizards 119 to 102. Celtics lost to the Jazz 105 to 103. That was a close game. And let's see, yesterday, nobody, there was 6 teams that played, but no Knicks. Oh, the Knicks play tonight, or the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. They play tonight at 7. And the Knicks play the Timberwolves tonight at 7:30. And Celtics, they don't play until, what, Friday? When do the Celtics play again? Oh, they don't play again until Sunday. What is this, every Sunday? So we'll be talking about, we'll be talking about the basketball. Before I went on break, it was brought up about the UPS airline flight 2976 that crashed yesterday near Louisville Airport. The latest update on the crash is Tina said 11 injured, but there were 7 killed. And I would imagine those 7 people that were killed were on the aircraft itself, because just from a firefighting aspect, when you see the smoke and the wreckage, that's what I did in the Air Force, folks. We had crashes. I was one of the firefighters who would go in and try and rescue the flight crew or the passengers on board, and it can be it's a hellhole, that type of fire. But there's at least 7 dead at what's being reported. Plane crash in a fireball on takeoff. So something happened on takeoff, and when the fireball exploded, it probably took out and injured a whole bunch of other people on the flight line. So that's what I used to do. I used to, when those things happened, that's what I did on an Air Force base. That was my primary job as an Air Force firefighter, an aircraft rescue firefighter. But there's an NTSB investigation investigating the deadly plane crash, and something happened. I would almost imagine, this is just my observation and opinion, that something mechanically happened on takeoff that caused it to explode like that. It was either a gear collapse, and then it punctured because when it's taken off, it's fully loaded with fuel. So it's one of the two most dangerous parts in the flight is the takeoff and the landing. When they're flying up there, they're flying all right. So we'll keep tabs on that. But UPS has a statement. What's their statement? Let's see. How long's their statement? This was last night from UPS. We are terribly saddened by the accident tonight in Louisville. That would have been last night. Our heartfelt thoughts are with everyone involved. UPS is committed to the safety of our employees, our customers, and the community we serve. This is a particularly true in Louisville, home of our airline and thousands of UPSers. We are engaged with the National Transportation Safety Board investigation of the accident and are staying in close contact with Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. We will work timelessly with state and local authorities on response efforts. As a result of the accident, we are halting packaging, sorting operations tonight at Worldport. For members seeking information, they got a phone number there. So that's a UPS. So if you're expecting a UPS package, which I actually am, I'm supposed to be getting a package. Wingnut, ciao for now. I have to leave for me. Okay, you got your meeting. Back later for some games. Okay, I should be free for a few games there, Wingnut. We'll see you. Have a safe travel there, my friend. You told me about that. Just I hope the traffic suits you well there. So have a good one. Ciao for now, Wingnut. Wingnut coming in regards to Mrs. Rich. Yeah, okay, she's right here. Yeah, she said hi. Take care. And Wingnut coming in from Scotland. He's my game teammate there when we play Battlefield 6, and also over there on the PUBG side. So, that's a real treat having him in here because he's a busy guy. He is a busy guy. So that's Wingnut. He's over in Scotland. He's originally from Manchester City. That's why he's a diehard Manchester City fan. And knowing him over the last few years, I became a Manchester City. I said, let me look at this. So as far as I watched Manchester City, and I liked their play. I like the team as far as that goes. So he had an influence on me being a Manchester City fan. Okay, let's see. So that's the news on the air crash last night. We had everything to do with sports. Let's see what's on Fox 40 here for the local news and stuff. Let's see what we got here. Of course, yesterday's election. I'm not going to talk about the election. It primarily had to deal with a new mayor down there in New York City, a governor in Jersey, and a governor in Virginia. And there's some people that are trying to make it a referendum on Trump. It's not. It's peanuts. It's not a referendum on other than the fact that those particular locations picked a new mayor or a new governor or something like that. And I'm not making anything out of it. It's just like the news media will. Let's see. And that's all they have is they're talking about politics. Oh my God. We're not going to go down that route. Um, okay, so there's nothing on Fox. WEBO, the local news here. We did have some local news. It was on the let me bring up WEBO's Facebook page. Let's bring up their Facebook page. Oh, let me check Kick. Let me check Kick and let's check Facebook first. Where's Facebook? Oh, there it is. We have nothing on Facebook. We'll like to look. Oh, I didn't like that. I like that. Didn't I like that? Doesn't want to like. Okay, and let's check Kick. What do we have on Kick? Who do we have on Kick? Do we have anybody on Kick? We have 2 people over on Kick. Thank you very much, Kick. Glad to see you guys. And we're showing 5 on Rumble, 1 on Locals, 1 on YouTube. Okay, good to go there, YouTube. Thank you very much. We have 5 on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch. Twitch has always been good to me. So I do appreciate those views. And we have nobody on Facebook. We have 5 people on X Live and 2 people on. And we got a network of 7 platforms here that I'm very thankful for having as far as that goes. So let's go to, I want to go to WEBO's because they've got some pictures. There was a fire yesterday. Actually, we had 2 fires, but the first one was a house fire up there across the river in Tioga County. But the second one was at a car dealership, former car dealership. But, oh, here it is. It's right here. Okay. Oh, here's the article right here. Let's go ahead and go to this one. Here we go. WEBO. Okay, we're going to go to this page. Let's see. Let me shut that down. This was a fire that damaged the Car Star. It's a auto repair shop in Owego, and I posted this. I posted the particulars on my Facebook page with a picture that's similar to this one. Let me bring it up here. Let me get this going here. Let's see there. Fire damage. This was a this was a potential. There was a possibility of some injuries, some possible deaths. But this fire was yesterday, and you can see the fire and smoke. And this is on WEBO. Again, no affiliation with Fox 40 or WEBO. But a fire broke out at the Car Start on State Route 17C in Owego, town of Owego, yesterday afternoon at about 12:32. The building was fully involved with flames through the roof after the fire broke out in the paint booth at around 12:31 p.m. I think it was 12:32 because I was listening to this on my radio. Let's see, do I get? Oh, what's going on there? How come that's up? That's plugged in. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, it's plugged in. An electric vehicle was inside the garage at the time of the fire, but did not catch fire. There was a report that the car was on fire, but it did not catch on fire. Okay, so that's an update because I took it that there possibly was an electric car, an EV, was inside. Firefighters from Owego, Campville, and a bunch of other fire departments responded to the scene. No injuries were reported from the incident. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And as you can see there on the picture, right there, as you can see on the picture, they got working hand lines going in. This is a small structure. It's right there. This is actually right across the street from the Taco Bell. Okay, so something happened in the paint booth area. caught fire, and you can see the firefighters. The guy in the white coat, he should have an air pack on, but he doesn't. The guys in the white coats, I can say this as an ex-firefighter. That's the assistant chief or one of the chiefs there. They wear the white coats. They think their white coat can protect them and stuff like that. But you can see, we always said that about the Chiefs. Yeah, but you can see the two guys that are on the hand lineman. They had their breathing apparatus as far as and they knocked down the fire fairly quick, but it had a potential. They thought that the car the car battery was not on fire. It was just in the paint booth area. So that's here on WEBO, and we appreciate that. That's right. WEBO is right here in Owego, the village of Owego, and this is right outside the Owego. This is in the town of Owego, right outside the village line there and stuff like that. So that was a big fire yesterday. Came in at 12:32. So, and who's this? We got Big Hawk. Hey, hello. How you doing, Big Hawk? How you doing? Coming in on the Rumble side. Glad to see you here. Glad to have you here. Oh, just checking the Rumble page here to see on the Rumble side. Glad to have you here, my friend. And as far as that goes, and what do we got here? Let me check something here. Let's see. He's over on the Rumble. Big Hawk. I'm going to call you Big Hawk. Oh, what's this? Let's see. Oh, I'm not finding your bio here on Rumble. What the hell's going on there, my friend? Huh. Okay. But welcome nonetheless. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. And let's see, what else we got here? Deplorable saying hi to Black Hawk or Big Hawk. Okay. It's just quicker doing the first and the last part of your name and stuff like that. So, first time, and Deplorable saying hi on the Rumble side. Good to have you here. Welcome to the broadcast. Let's see. So that's WEBO. Let's go on WNBF. Do they have anything on the fire? We might get. Oh, here's something. This is on WNBF, and this is something I am doing, and it's a good thing. It's something that's done every year, started on the 4th of November, and it goes to the 11th. But I usually have one of these on my front porch, and it's in honor of the veterans as we get closer to Veterans Day. And what that's pertaining to is thanking the veterans for their service. Celebrate Veterans Day by lighting up your home green. And on the front porch, we have a green light that we shine all night long. We started last night because yesterday was the 4th. And what it is, Veterans Day is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. The federal holiday is to honor all living and deceased military veterans for their service. It was originally known as Armistice Day. So what's up with the green light, Operation Green Light? This is Operation Green Light is in effect. Broome County honors our veterans, and it's not just Broome County. It's here in Tioga County because I am doing this too. I have a green light on my front porch, and I turn it on periodically. But it's gone every night starting last night until November 11th, Veterans Day. But on Veterans Day, to honor our veterans each year, Operation Greenlight 2025 is the 5th anniversary of Operation Greenlight, which is a nationwide initiative that encourages residents, businesses to shine a green light to support the American veterans. So if you see a green light on a porch, they're honoring the United States of America military. Okay? That's what that green light means. On Monday, November 3rd, Broome County Executive Jason Garner local veteran organizations and community partners joined together to announce how our community can show support for Operation Greenlight. During the announcement held at the new Timothy M. Griffin Veterans Resource Center, Garner noted that now through November 11th, Broome County residents and businesses are encouraged to show support of our veterans by lighting their homes and buildings green. So you can pick, I guess in Broome County, you can pick up a free green light pickup location. According to the announcement, if you need a green light, and you can buy it, they're very hard to find at first, but you can find them. If you need a green light, you can pick up one for free. They have various locations and stuff. And I think they even have their street lights. So we may have more on this subject matter when we go to WBNG. They may have a video on it, because I think the city of Binghamton has some of their street lights lit up in green, which I think is cool. I like that. So that's to thank our veterans. And my green light will be on tonight, each night until Veterans Day. I turn it on periodically during the course of the year. When I think of the veterans or stuff like that, I turn the green light on. That green light is been on there. We have an extra one in the cabinet if it goes dead. But it was very hard at first when I started doing this a couple years ago. But this is it's to honor the veterans as far as that goes. So we want to thank our veterans here in the United States. So that's on WNBF. Again, no full disclosure, I have nothing to do with WNBF other than the fact that that's a good article, and I like taking their articles to shows you a little bit what's going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Now on WBNG, God, their whole front page is nothing but about this election, local races and stuff. Let's go to the regular news page there then stuff. Let's see what yesterday. Let's see. Does this have a video? No, this is they had the same thing here. They're talking about Operation Greenlight here on Channel 12. Okay, so it's the same thing. And let's see, what are they doing? Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's there's no video on it. So I think it's a good gesture. I think it's an outstanding gesture. Okay, let's see. What else do we got here on WBNG other than all this local races and stuff like that? No, that's it for WBNG. So we're already at 2 hours. Holy crap. I've been talking a lot, I guess. Let's see. WAAL, the same thing. They got the same article, Celebrate Veterans. That's no affiliation with WAAL. Channel 34, no affiliation with them. They're just talking about the election, and nothing pops out there. It's just election stuff. WENY, let's see what they have over here. Again, more election stuff. We're not going there. Let's see. Let's just check the news tab just to make sure there. Anything in the news? Nope. And let's see. Channel 18. Nope, nothing there. No affiliation. I have no affiliation with them. Penny Saver. No, nothing that pops out there. WKGB. And let's see, 104, nothing on 104. They're the same as WAAL and WKGB or WNBF. And 106.5 up there in Buffalo, nothing popping out over that on there, as well as talking about the election over on 93 points. So it's just local election news and no updated news on sports news on WGR 550. And let's go to 1440. What's on 1440? Business, knowledge. What's the news? What do we got? Anything? Read today's edition. What's on today's editions? Okay, I am not seeing anything. Okay, so nothing there. So there is something. No, I guess this was. We can bring this up. How was Stone Age created? Did you ever wonder about that? Well, how did I get this? I got it off of. I got it off of 1440. Oh, it was a science technician. Science tech. Let's see. It was view all. What was it on there? Let's see. Space station. But you ever wonder how Stonehenge was created? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We'll end with this one. This is a video. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Let's bring this up. Okay, there it is. Let's maximize it. And this is how Stonehenge, I guess, is. Let's see what this is all about.
There are hundreds of myths and legends about the creation of Stonehenge, the most colourful of which involve the likes of giants, Merlin, and even aliens. Obviously, this is not the case. The truth is that Stonehenge is a masterpiece of human ingenuity. The first Stonehenge was a simple circular ditch dug with antler tools around 5,000 years ago. By around 2500 BC, larger stones had been brought to the site, including giant sarsen stones from North Wiltshire, which could weigh as much as 30 tons. We're not entirely sure how the stones were transported, but it is thought that they were dragged on wooden rollers and loaded onto rafts where possible. Smaller bluestones were also brought to the site from Wales, a journey of over 250 kilometres. The stones were then worked into shape using hammerstones and erected using precisely interlocking joints, unseen at any other prehistoric monument. Ramps and counterweights were probably used to tip the upright stones into place, and a platform and levers likely raised the lintels. To fit the upright stones with the horizontal lintels, mortise holes and protruding tenons were created. The lintels were slotted together using tongue and groove joints, usually only found in woodworking. Erecting these stones took as long as 50 years, and the entire development of the monument took even longer, up to 800 years in total. Our ingenious ancestors brought engineering to a monumental scale, and in the process created the most iconic prehistoric structure in the world.
Okay, so that's how Stonehenge got created, and I don't know. I had that video up. I think it was something on that the 1440 webpage. Again, no affiliation with that. I was looking at, and I've always been fascinated with Stonehenge. I want to, if I ever am brave enough to get on an airplane again and go over to the UK, because my time, I've stepped on the UK for about an hour, hour and a half. Stopped there, the plane reloaded. I went out and got a beer and came back and flew over into Germany to visit my sister who was in the service many moons ago. And but I'd like to go back to the UK, and that's the one thing I would want to see is Stonehenge. I think that is one of my, other than seeing the Mount Rushmore out in Wyoming or Montana, out there out west. The next thing would be to see Mount Rush, or see the Stonehenge. I couldn't think of it. Stonehenge. I had a brain fart there. But so I just had that video up there. I was looking at something before I started the broadcast this morning, and as far as that goes. So but that's it for now, folks. I guess want to say we've been on for 2 hours and 9 minutes now. So I want to say thank you to Tony D coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. My good friend, my fellow brother veteran and good friend. Thank you very much, Tony. And you have a great day. Say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl who was here. Thank you. She's over there watching Hal right now on YouTube, I guess. And let's see, we going down the list. I'm going to say thank you, Double J's. Thank you, sir. Best to you. Be safe wherever you are at that undisclosed location. Wink, wink, wink. No, good to see you, Double J's. And have a good day and the rest of your week there. as far as that goes, and as we're working towards the weekend, as I like to say. And Captain Rehab coming in from the city of Brotherly Love. Thank you, Captain Rehab, for being here. Greatly appreciate that, my friend. And let's see, going down the list, we had who else? Oh, Big Juice, Steve coming in from Ohio, the Buckeye State. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Great to have you here. The best to your mother for her hip surgery. We're thinking about her. Keep us updated if you would, please, my friend. Greatly appreciate Liberty, our individual that's up there, and the Buffalo, Niagara, New York area. Thank you, Liberty, for dropping in. Greatly appreciate it. Love the flags on the when you came in. Always love the flags. Salute the flag. There we go. And Thamer coming in from the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Thamer, for being here. Don't be a stranger, my friend. Glad to have you here. Pop in and saying good morning to all. Be safe. And let's see, going down the list, we had, I think it was the Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, which is the northwestern part of Pennsylvania there, right across the New York line from Olean, New York. Great American city. And then we had a big surprise. The other Steve, Wingnut. Thank you, Wingnut, for being here. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. We'll see you this afternoon. Play a few PUBG or Battlefield 6 games and talk a little bit there before the game this afternoon at 3. And let's see, we had Tim Fan 40. Congratulations, Tim Fan 40, being married. Greatly appreciate that, being here. And the best to you and the new missus. We had the Wandering Australian was here too. Thank you. He's a Crystal Palace guy. Okay. But we appreciate you being here. We appreciate everyone that's down there in Australia. You're great friends and allies to the United States, and we do appreciate it. I say that each and every time we do the world times and temperatures. As far as I'd like to visit Australia one, but it's too far. When are they going to develop the Star Trek transporter where you can just in 1 second, boom, you're there, no jet lag? And that's you on Tim Fan 40 says that's Tim Fan 40 right there on the YouTube. That's Tim Fan 40. You used to be on the Twitch when you first started watching me and stuff like that. And we had Big Hawk coming on the Rumble side. Thank you for being here. First time chatter on the Rumble. Thank you for being here. And Tim Fan 40. So we're ending with 6 people on Rumble, 1 person on locals. Tim Fan 40. He just exited YouTube. 3 people over on Twitch. Nobody on Facebook. And we're ending with 5 people on X Live. And over on Kick as we're ending the broadcast. And why on Kick? Just for kicks. We have 2 people on Kicks. Thank you very much for the 2 viewers. Oh, no, it's 1 person on Kick. We did have 2, but I just refreshed it. We have 1 person on Kick. So thank you for those views. And thank you for the replays on all those platforms, folks. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. And thank you for the audio listening. We're going to replay this. I got to record this record it and put it up on Spotify for creators over on Spotify. At Fireman Rich on Spotify, we repurpose all our audio, or try to, on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday broadcast, as well as our Tuesday and Thursday audio, the Fireman Rich audio podcast, except every other Tuesday we do the Mixcloud, but that's not on Spotify. That's over on Mixcloud. So that's where we're at. And primarily over on X, at Fireman Rich on X, at Fireman Rich over on X. And I'm also on YouTube. There it is. That's I'm at Richard M. Roberts on YouTube. And here on Rumble, I am at Fireman Rich Broadcasts, as far as that goes. I think that's what it is. It's called, right? Yeah. Fireman Rich Broadcasts. But at Fireman Rich, you'll see the primary channel is the channel I put everything on is Fireman Rich or Broadcast. So, but we are at Fireman Rich here on Rumble. So, okay. So with that, that's all we have. And I want to say thank you for your views. It is deeply, greatly appreciated, folks. So you all have a good one wherever you may be. As we get our day started, let's see, Yeah, it's still cloudy overcast. It's still cloudy overcast, but we'll see what the day brings. So you all have a great one. We'll be back Friday for the Friday morning coffee, and you all have a great tomorrow. We'll be doing the Beverage podcast on Spotify. So you all have a great great Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, working towards the weekend, and we'll see you sometime, possibly Friday. You all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again. Great show.